In this video, we are going to receive a goods in against a purchase order on the Stok app using bin locations. So we're in the back office here, we're in purchase orders. Here's a list of all purchase orders, and we can see purchase order number 48 has been submitted and it's now been part received. So let's just have a look at the purchase order. So submitted, part received, minimum carriage. We could have added a reference number against it. We can add in notes to colleagues. This is the detail of where it's going to be received. If this was in a foreign currency, we could set that and set the exchange rate using our exchange rate chart, which is located down here in currencies, or we could set a specific exchange rate for this, but in this case it's obviously sterling. When we create it, we could, if we were importing it, we could have included duty. We can set expected delivery date by SKU. Until you submit it, it's completely editable on price and what have you. We can add in any additional costs. They can be added in at any point until we invoice. And in this case, we have already received a delivery against this purchase order. So, handling part deliveries. We can also part invoice a purchase order. So you can choose what portion of a purchase order you want to invoice. This is a goods in note. I'll just open in a new tab. And we can see what we received here. If at the point of receiving goods, we wanted to print out barcodes, we could do that and attach them to the items. As we receive the goods, if we wanted to do a quick stock transfer to a different location, we could just, move these 2 units to our Hereford store, create the transfer, and that's going to create a pick and a pack for the warehouse team. But let's jump into the Stok app now, and we'll have a look at receiving the goods in against this purchase order. Now we're in the Stok app. We'll scroll down to goods receipts, and we're going to create a goods receipt. We could add in a reference, but in this case we won't. We're going to receive. Now you could receive it with no reference and just scan items in from a stock transfer from a supplier. We're going to receive from a purchase order. And then here's a list of all the purchase orders. So we were looking for purchase order number 48. You can search, and what have you. I can also select multiple purchase orders if I wanted to receive multiple purchase orders on one goods in. In this case, we're just going to receive against purchase order number 48. If we scroll down, we can have a look at the items that we're going to receive. We can see in this case, we've already received 2 of NIK 10B and 1 of NIK 10R. So let's get the stock in. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to scan a destination bin. This is where we're going to put the stock. Now you could scan a barcode, obviously on the location or the trolley you want to put it onto, but we can also search. In this case, I'm going to add it to B1A1 because when we look at this item, and you can just click in, you've got all the information as well as all the locations where it is currently stored. We can see that we've got 65,000 of them in B1A1. And now I'm going to just receive the goods in. When we've received all the goods in on this delivery, we're going to hit create. It's going to ask us to confirm. And now it's saved. If we want to complete this goods receipt, we'll click complete. And now we'll go to the dashboard and we'll jump back into the purchase order and see how that has updated in the back office. So we're back in the back office. If we just refresh this purchase order, here is the second delivery we've just received. We can just open that up in a new tab. Again, we could print barcode labels, we could move the stock. But ultimately, Stok.ly has provided an audit trail of all the deliveries, what's still outstanding. When we look at the item, in the items table, we can scroll down to inventory, and that's the central warehouse. And we can see that we've added in more stock into the bin location B1A1. So that is receiving goods in against a purchase order using bin locations on the Stok app.